What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer content. And today it is going to be Sunday the 19th of July. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, there'll be a new video in your subscription feed. And in the comment section below, ask me anything, drop a comment, and I'll try to respond to as many as I can. Right, so first up we have got a player officially retiring, and this happened a couple days ago now. It should have been in yesterday's episode, but the timing didn't really work out and the video is already done. So 2014 World Cup winner Andre Schurrle, he's announced his retirement from professional football at the age of just 29. Schurrle provided the assist for Mario Götze to score the winner for Germany against Argentina in Brazil. That was back in 2014. And he played for Mainz, Bayer Leverkusen, Chelsea, Wolfsburg, Borussia Dortmund, as well as loan spells at Fulham and Spartak Moscow. He was released by Borussia Dortmund just a couple days ago, and he hasn't played a single match in 2020 due to injuries. Now again, he's taken up the option to retire from football, and at 29, that is just so young. Lyon have sold injury-hit defender Oumar Soulé, that's to RB Salzburg in a €4.5 million transfer. The club confirmed the departure of the 20-year-old on Friday, who has recently only recovered from an anterior cruciate knee injury. And for RB Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg in Austria, they probably will have a decent amount of money to spend because they have sold a few players, but mainly attackers. And now we have an update about a transfer I mentioned a couple days ago. So French outlet L'Equipe, they're saying that Ligue 1 side Marseille are in advanced talks to sign Borussia Dortmund's Argentine central defender, that is Leonardo Balerdi. He's set to join on a temporary basis for the upcoming season, but it does also include a €15 million option to buy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Dortmund did pay a very similar fee for him this time last year, and he only played 7 matches for them in the Bundesliga. And the next story is from Ojogo. They're saying Ezekiel Garay is set to return to Benfica this summer, that's following his departure from Valencia. The 33-year-old's final contract at the Mestalla expired at the end of June, and he is now available on a free transfer. Garay is now set to retrace his steps and head back to Benfica, where he previously played between 2011 and 2014. And next up, the Times are saying that West Ham are ready to part with Felipe Anderson. They are ready to do so in the upcoming transfer window, and that's even if they survive relegation, which right now is looking very likely. The 27-year-old has got 2 years left on his current contract, and he has also been attracting a lot of interest from clubs across Europe. And David Moyes is looking to offload him to raise some funds for summer transfers, and so West Ham could get some more of their targets. It's a bit of a strange one with Felipe Anderson because his first season at West Ham he was very impressive and had the numbers to kind of back that up. But pretty much in like 2020 and even most of 2019, his numbers have been really disappointing. Like, I'm fully aware on FIFA Ultimate Team he got into the community tots, but it's safe to say that really wasn't like performance based whatsoever. That was just like the community voting for him. According to Mundo Deportivo, they're saying Paris Saint-Germain are ready to revive their interest in Barca defender Jean-Claire Todibo. The French outfit initially wanted the centre-back to be included in any type of deal for Neymar last summer, but the Frenchman ended up joining Schalke on loan in January instead. The German club haven't taken up the option to make it a permanent basis, which means PSG are free to swoop for his services. They are set to face some competition from the likes of Everton, but my guess is that PSG may be too hard to turn down. Sky Germany are reporting that Sevilla are considering offering Mario Götze a contract. The German international is currently a free agent after leaving Borussia Dortmund at the end of last season, and Sevilla have already made contact with his representatives. They want to get a possible deal over the line, and the midfielder is keen on undertaking a new challenge away from the Bundesliga. And it's kind of mad that the 2 players that were involved in the winning goal for Germany at the 2014 World Cup, Schurrle providing the assist and Götze scoring the goal, one is now retired and the other he's currently without a club. AS are saying that Valencia's Dani Parejo, he will only lead the club for Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, Real Madrid, Barcelona or Sevilla. He was put up for sale on Friday along with a lot of other different players from Valencia as they're looking to clear out the club and pretty much rebuild from the bottom. And he has accumulated nearly 400 appearances for the club. He'll demand an annual salary of about €3 million per year, and his transfer fee is likely to be below €10 million. Newcastle boss Steve Bruce is planning a summer move for Scotland midfielder John McGinn. That's if Aston Villa are relegated from the Premier League. Along with Danny Rose, who is expected to seal a permanent move to St James's Park, Bruce has made McGinn his top target. The source is going to be the Daily Star, but they don't mention how much it would cost them. And as for Villa, it's obviously been a disappointing season after being promoted. They spent a lot of money, but they're still likely to be going back down to the Championship. A short story from Bleacher Report is that if Lacazette or Aubameyang are sold by Arsenal this summer, the Gunners could target Celtic's French forward Osimhen and David. Edouard has been attracting interest from multiple Premier League sides and he could cost between 20 to 30 million. And he has also been linked to newly promoted Leeds United. Congratulations to them, by the way, their fan base. They've been waiting a long time for this. They're finally a Premier League club yet again. And now we have another update about Victor Osimhen and his future away from Lille. So L'Équipe are saying that his move to Napoli, it should be completed this weekend. And they say that there was late interest in the forward from Manchester United and Liverpool, but a deal should be completed with a Serie A side in the coming days. The fee, again, I mentioned it a couple of days ago, 60 million or 81 million. We're not honestly too sure right now, but he did change his agent pretty much as soon as the deal was done. So the talks had to start all over again, but it looks like they're back on track. And Gianluca Di Marzio backs his story up by saying that Napoli are edging very close now to sign the Lille forward. Lille are looking to sell him quickly so they can get ahead with their transfer business, and if Napoli somehow don't sign him, their backup option is Immobile. And it does look like Lille have already got a replacement lined up and pretty much sorted. So Ghent attacker Jonathan David, who's a Canadian international, he had an interview with L'Équipe yesterday to try and force a move to Lille. So the quotes do say, "For me, my next step is Ligue 1. I don't think there is a lot of respect from my board though. It'd be logical for them to show me some, as I arrived at Ghent for free. In any case, I made it clear that I want to go to Lille." He goes on to mention that his current club are asking for about 30 million. He sees that as a bit unrealistic, but Lille are probably going to offer about that amount or just short of it. And he feels like they made a promise, but his current club haven't really kept it. Leicester and Newcastle are among the clubs interested in Norwich's Todd Cantwell, and this according to the Daily Mail. The midfielder has impressed this term despite the Canaries' relegation to the Championship, and they even mentioned that Manchester City are thought to be keeping tabs on him too. A transfer rumour which was going about like say 3 or 4 years ago now, or maybe 2 years ago, is Torino forward Andrea Belotti. Back then, the rumoured fee was like €100 million, which obviously is an obscene amount of money, and according to Tuttosport now, he could be on his way to Manchester United. The Italian striker is also wanted by Inter, and Inter have been linked to a lot of different players already, but both will need to bid more than 40 million offered by Fiorentina in January. And when it comes to Tuttosport as an outlet, and especially for their Premier League rumours, they aren't very accurate whatsoever. And the next story is from Sky Sports. They're saying Paris Saint-Germain have joined the race to sign Lille defender Gabriel. Everton and Napoli are also vying for the 22-year-old signature, and the Brazilian is set to leave the club this summer. Gabriel was expected to make a final decision on his future this week, but has delayed his next move after hearing about PSG's interest. In January, he was close to Everton, hence why they mentioned that name, and for Napoli, they're trying to get him as part of the Osimhen deal. So it's essentially Osimhen and Gabriel from Lille to Napoli, and the fee would be about 100 million. And it makes complete sense for PSG as well, because they are losing their club captain and Brazilian centre-back Thiago Silva, so to replace him with Gabriel, who has got Ligue 1 experience, is probably a good move. A journalist who works for various different outlets was speaking on a podcast a couple days ago, and his name is Kevin Palmer. So he said Philippe Coutinho is available on a 1-year loan deal and it would cost just €9 million. The midfielder really wants to return to Liverpool and has even taken steps to make a move happen. Now, do I believe it? I personally don't just yet, because I don't know why I would go for a loan deal rather than sign Thiago, for example. And would I take Coutinho back? It's a difficult question, because yes, he did pay for his way out of the club and he went about it in a really awful way. But now, would I like him? I still think he's a very good player. Just unfortunately for him at Barca, it never really worked out. But I think he would make a difference to our midfield, and he's also a good backup for the left wing role. An interesting story from the 10 Sport up next, and they're saying that Manchester City midfielder Bernardo Silva is a subject of interest from Barcelona. They'll look to bring in a 25-year-old, and this next part is a massive if Antoine Griezmann is sold in the summer transfer window. Now, Griezmann's only been at the club for 1 year, and he has come under a lot of criticism, as well as Barca as a club in general. He cost them a lot of money, and they'd probably have to take a pretty hefty loss if they were to sell him. So if they do sell him, Bernardo Silva is a good alternative, but as I mentioned, it's a massive if. And as for Bernardo, he has still got a contract at City until 2025, but Barca could test the club's resolve by launching a bid later in the year. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule, every day at 8 AM UK time, there'll be a new video in your sub box. So thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.